Hello everybody and welcome back to the Bourbon Bar. I'm Holden, that is Lauren, and this is our first time live streaming from the new basement. Not sure how acoustics are going to be, definitely not sure how Wi-Fi is going to be. It looks okay for now. I suspect it might go in and out, so please bear with us if we have some issues, because they'll probably all fix themselves, but yeah, we're here. It's a basement.
Oh, see, it went away, so it's good.
Oh, good. Okay, well, yeah, okay. We're live streaming. We're in the basement. Hi, guys. Welcome to it. So we have officially finished. We have unofficially finished the basement. Yeah, the walls and everything is done. What we don't have done is the flooring, the trim, and the doors. Right? That's it.
Well, and decorations.
And decorations and whatnot.
I did put this up for Halloween.
Yeah, and I bought a second shelf, and look at, can you scoot your head down? Look at all of my beautiful scotches. You guys might recognize a few new ones on the shelf and one down there, but we're not going to drink those tonight. Those are for next week. Tonight we are going to be drinking. Homebrew Oktoberfest. Yeah, the acoustics will get better when we get carpeting in here and fill the place out more. More things on the walls, maybe some like puffy things, I don't know. But yeah, here we are. Live streaming. Bar is looking bare underneath, which is kind of nice actually.
This is my drink.
So what Laura's gonna be drinking tonight.
Holden knocked me up and I can't have alcohol.
Yeah, she's gonna have a nice Oktoberfest. A non-alcoholic Oktoberfest from Flavor, or called Flavor NA, from Untitled Art. So that's what Lauren's gonna be drinking. There we go. She's had, how many of these have you had so far? Like one or two?
The flavors?
Yeah, or no, just the Oktoberfest.
Oh, I've had like 3.
And this one is probably, out of all the different NA Oktoberfests you've had, best,
this
or?
is only second NA Oktoberfest. But the other NA Oktoberfest had more Oktoberfest flavor, but it had a weird, like I couldn't finish the beer because by the time I got to the bottom, it just had that gross flavor that some beers get. But this one doesn't have that, but it has less Oktoberfesty flavor. So I mean, you take what you can get, I guess. But this brand has better beers, I find, for NA options. They're fun ones. But they have a chocolate one I want to try. A chocolate coffee, right?
Something like that.
But when we went to the brewery that carries that one, it was out, so I couldn't get that one. But one day.
Excuse me, buddy. Yes. Yeah.
And this is my new cup.
Yep. That's your new cup. And I would show you guys what the basement looks like right now. But you guys know us and our cord situation. If I even like breathe on the camera, we'll probably lose you and not get you back. So I will get a new cord, and then I'll just wait to show you guys the whole basement transformation until after we have the flooring in and the trim done. That way it looks really nice.
You can kind of see our walls are dark green.
Yep, we have a nice dark green wall. It's nice now.
Carpet we're gonna put in because we have the sample.
Sure.
Maybe you can train Marta to go grab it for you.
Marta, grab the carpet square.
That's the wrong direction. There's more room for Marta to play in this room than before, so hopefully he doesn't knock anything over.
Unfortunately, like I said, we don't have flooring, and we just have like OSB on the ground, and there's a bunch of dust, like drywall dust and mud dust, and he just like goes around sniffing and like not quite licking, but like every once in a while he licks, and it's just like, bro, that's really bad for you guys. Stop doing that. But
we're thinking about getting the flooring on Black Friday. We have some rebates and stuff that will help bring the price down a little bit, plus the Black Friday
we have a water situation that we need to address before we
we don't know
decide on our flooring.
It just decided to happen this month, even though the floor sub thingy has been down for 2 years.
It's been fine for years.
So
like literally for
we're a little confused,
a while.
But it's fine.
Yep. So that's the carpet that we're going to be getting. It actually matches the wall very nicely. Or it will.
Well,
it looks nice.
This lighting is different than what the lighting's actually gonna be. So
overall, it's turning out quite nice here.
And then we'll get some decorations. So we were gonna do football themed, but it's gonna look like we're like Packer obsessed because the green walls.
Yeah, so we're doing whiskey.
Do gold accents, but we have a lot of black stuff just because that's just what they sell. But so we might do whiskey instead, so that people don't think we're crazy maniacs. But also, it's like we're in Wisconsin. I feel like it's a rite of passage to have a Packer basement.
Right.
This is not Packer green though.
No, it's not. But yeah, so also we're gonna be.
Makes me look really white.
It just autofocused weird for a second there. That's not how we looked in the beginning. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why it does that sometimes. I don't know why, but we are gonna be changing probably the layout. Well, the layout of the bar and the layout of the camera likely. I just threw this together in the last 5 minutes because I needed to get something figured out for the live stream. But we're actually gonna buy another shelf, a shorter one that only goes to about here. So we'll have some decorations on the wall, and then we're gonna have.
We could get like a neon sign that says the Burger Bar.
True, I thought we were gonna put the thing from upstairs, the upstairs. Yeah. But yeah, and then I'm gonna get a shelf that just holds like 6 whiskeys, and like the 6 best whiskeys that I own are my favorite 6.
Or you could just put like the ones that you're drinking up there.
Or the ones that we're drinking. Depends on the video and the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of like, and then like you could use the middle bottom shelf for anything that's like not whiskey, and then the saber thinning space that is whiskey stuff. Yeah, and then for the camera, I'll get a longer cord and a newer cord, and then we'll put you guys back further, and then up a little higher. And aimed down a little bit so that you can it'll be a better overall look at everything. It'll just be nicer looking, for sure. Do you think he's gonna sit on that blanket right there?
Probably not. We probably should pull the blanket over here and.
No, he never sits. He sits on.
Well.
What happened?
Hold on. The internet is already shit.
What happened?
Oh, God, that's horrible. Hold on. Bear with us, everybody. I'm going to have to look into internet stuff. So they make like things that you can like ping the internet through the house.
Well,
right now we have.
They're putting TDS in our neighborhood. Could just pay for it.
We could also pay for new internet, which honestly, if we're going to be streaming football down here and live streaming down here, and it might be better to get internet that's not.
Well, the TDS internet, the one that they put in the ground. Cellular. I don't think it's supposed to be super expensive, but it's supposed to be like really good.
Yeah, I know. That we have satellite internet right now, so we have a thing upstairs in the upstairs window. God, that looks horrible. Yeah, so we have one up in the upstairs window. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, pricing and stuff wise. Let's go and read through some comments here. Got quite a few. Hopefully we can get back away from lagging. Sugar Kitty's here, says meow, and hashtag TGIT. Don't forget, the whole lineup is active tonight. Wow, a lot of people coming out tonight. So probably 21090 and My Bourbon Journey, and sometime, I mean, fuck, I don't know. It's been so long, I don't even remember who all was on Tuesday nights, apart from like, those few. I mean, sometimes Joe is on. I don't know. Sugar Kitty will have to put it in the chat later whenever they come on. But Peter White is here. Oh yeah, cheers, Sugar Kitty. Cheers. I don't know if I ever said that.
I didn't know you said he was here.
Peter White is here. Peter, welcome to it, Peter. Thanks for being here. Says cheers all. Cheers to you, good sir. Hanging AZ here on time today. What's crazy, dude? Cheers, Hanging AZ. Welcome to it. How are you now?
I feel like I need to wear sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so bright.
It's just because it's over there and you're used to it being over there.
Why look over this way?
Yeah. But yeah, because you normally, yeah. I mean, maybe next time we can put it back over there. For how the basement looks when we're not in it, I don't want it to be like in the middle of the walkway.
Well, if we just cleaned up afterwards, this wouldn't be an issue.
We all know how good I was at cleaning up afterwards. I can't even say you just as much, if not worse, than I.
Okay, all that shit in that room wasn't mine.
I always have 2 or 3 glasses to bring to the kitchen. You usually have a couple glasses, an empty soda bottle, plates that still have some food on it, wrappers, candy wrappers, drawing cards that you doodle on.
Cleaning, so
bunch of stuff.
I feel like I get to make the messes.
But yes, the gang's all here. So is the beer. Zicky zacky, oi, oi, oi. Yes, sir. Oktoberfest. Number 1 rule: don't forget to bump your beer.
Are we bumping things?
What do you mean bump? You're looking good to me. Hey, perfect, prime.
Well, that was back when we weren't sure if it was working, and then
That's true.
And then it stopped working, and then it was working there for a second, and now it's back to I don't think it's working.
Oh, why did my phone turn off? That was my gauge to see if we were working. It was probably still a little blurry, but that could just be my phone's reception down here. I don't know. But anyway, no, Anthony did not send me a hat. I am merely copying his vibe. But this is actually part of a lederhosen costume that I have. It's a costume, not just normal lederhosen, because it's literally like a Halloween costume that I use.
Yeah, because
but it looks good enough.
We don't have the kind of cash laying around for real lederhosen.
Yeah, that shit's expensive.
But
put your head down. What are you doing? It's the Lauren show. Don't tell the host to do that.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh wow, these comments are pretty far back. I'll catch up quick. I seriously cannot imagine NA for Oktoberfest. It's not the best, but honestly, it's not the worst.
It's just
found that hat in the parking lot.
More flavor than a NA light beer is what it is. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing else.
Found the hat in the parking lot of a Rammstein concert. Did you bud? LOL. I don't know what Rammstein is. Scheissenheißen. Why are we talking about Scheissenheißen? And what does that even mean? That looks like it had a bad run-in with a hedgehog. Everyone's roasting the hat.
Yeah, they don't like your hat.
Derek Whiting says, cheers, everyone. That's a mighty nice basement bar. Well, thank you, good sir. Thanks for being here, and cheers to you. Robin Whiting is also here. It says, cheers, all. Robin, welcome to it. Cheers to you. Shelving looks great. You needed some more room for sure. Yeah, I actually got all of the bottles off the floor.
There's no floor with me now.
And I still have room for probably 5 or 6 more here, probably another 10 up there, another 6 or 7 right there, and then another 2 down there. But I actually have it organized too now, somewhat. The problem is they're all like 2 or 3 bottles deep, and I'd like to get that number down so that it looked a little better. Because they're all shoved on there. Pretty good, but get a neon sign that says the Lauren Show.
Yeah.
We should do that. Buffering, I'm sorry. It's a bit fuzzy. It hasn't dropped out or buffered for me. You need to go full wired there. Yeah. Just a 720 vibe right now. That's how I have to watch my football down here too. I have to put on 720. I tried it at 1080 and it just wouldn't work. Yes, Bourbon Journey and 210 to the 90 all on 21090. Indy Joe has switched regularity to Monday nights now. Go watch then. Hells yeah. Richie Z says, cheers, Lauren and Holden. And whiskey friends. Richie, welcome to it, man. How you doing? What's up? This fine evening. William Hall says, cheers, all. William, welcome to it. I really want to pour a beer, but I'm not caught up on the comments yet.
We'll figure it the fuck out.
I know, I'm trying real good. Dan Bino's here, says, cheers, Boone in the house. Bino, welcome to it. Thanks for coming over this Saturday, by the way. Nice seeing you here. So we hosted our Oktoberfest party on Saturday, hence the Oktoberfest themed live stream. Because the time is kind of now. If we wait any longer, we're not going to have time to do it anymore.
It's not really Oktoberfest anymore.
Yeah, to be honest.
Did you see that the Oktoberfest in Germany got canceled because of, I think there was like some threats or something like that? So
seriously? Good thing that didn't go.
They canceled everything in like Munich or something like that.
But yeah, that's where he was going.
Yeah.
Tree says, bump your beer equals before you drink the mug, you should bump the bar first. It's just a German drinking superstition. Oh, I always do that with shots.
Oh.
There you go. Prost.
I'm already bumping. I don't need to bump anymore.
Bump. And bump it. Take Beano before and there be no gas. That's for sure. Who's Rammstein? Holy du hast.
I think they're making fun of you again.
Du hast. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. I don't know, there's no rock song like that. Okay, so on to the beer. One of the best parts about having this finished basement bar is that I just continue to leg. That's what's best about it, honestly, in my opinion. No, one of the actual best parts is the fact that whenever I'm thirsty for a beer,
nobody can see you.
I just simply drink a beer. I know they don't need to see me in order to see the cup be full. Half full. I don't want to get too wild. But also, I'm gonna get one of the those magnetic catches to catch all the beer, because we actually dripped hella beer on the floor over there during the party, because people don't wait. Like, I usually wait after I'm done pouring my beer and let it drip like 3 or 4 times. But most people don't. But what we had on the menu for the party is actually we had 4 beers. One of them I think we already drank on the channel. That's the Orange Hefeweizen that I brewed with DJ D-Rec himself for Father's Day. But the 3 other beers that we had is we actually had a Fest beer, a Marzen lager, and a Munich dark lager. So I'm going to be running through all 3 of those today, starting with this here Fest beer. This cup.
Share what the name is.
This cup is dirty. Want to know how you can tell if a cup's dirty? The more bubbles that cling on the inside of the cup,
yeah,
the dirtier the glass.
Did you get it out of the cupboard?
Yeah.
Well, I cleaned this cup for sure, so that one was clean.
Look at those bubbles. Lots of bubbles. It's a little sus. But it could just be dusty. Who knows, honestly.
Yeah, you didn't wipe out the cup? I was wiping them out.
Yeah, the thing is, I thought I used this cup recently, so I thought it would have been like clean enough. Sometimes I kind of use the same ones, but...
I watched that one not that long ago.
But anyway, yeah, so we have here a German Fest beer that we call Feeling Festy.
It's like feeling testy, but festy, because it's a fest beer.
This is 6% alcohol by volume, and it has some grains in it. I should start telling you guys the grain bills of these things. Holy fuck, did I lag that far back, or I just wasn't live? There we go. Okay, so we still look okay. All right, even though it says we have 1 bar. All right, so yeah, this Fest beer. I don't know, so this is supposed to be basically a very nice and malty, but also very crisp lager. It's not super clear yet. It is also the youngest one out of all these. The other ones have been sitting in kegs conditioning for longer and have more out of them because I was drinking them leading up to the party. This one, however, was more of a fresher brew, so it hasn't lagered as long. Ergo, it's not quite as clear, not quite as crisp as the other 2. But it is pretty solid. And actually, there's a couple people who this was their favorite. My dad being one of them. This was his favorite one on the tap.
Oh, really?
I think.
Of course, he would like the one with the highest ABV.
I want to know the Oktoberfest is higher.
What is that?
6.3.
Oh, I thought that.
I think Tony also liked this one the best for all the beers that we had on tap. But on the nose, it is nice and malty. I do feel like I get a slight hint of a like biscuity note. There is also a little bit of a not diacetyl. What is alcohol esters or no. What did I call that the other time I was talking about it?
The smells? No,
it has this like this alcoholy-ness to it that the other 2 had also, but it lagered out. This one just hasn't gotten to that part. It hasn't even cleared up yet. So there's probably still some stuff in the bottom of the keg that needs to be cleared up. But it will probably happen. But yeah, overall, smells really nice. Pretty good. Not the most crisp beer I've ever brewed in terms of like how it smells, but it does smell like it's got a lot of body and super bready and malty, which is honestly a staple for kind of the beers I brew. I like maltiness in my beers. So that being said, let's go ahead and drink it. Prost.
Oh,
See,
gosh.
What?
I'm really sleepy.
I'm sorry. Okay. This is super bready. but still like light beery. It is very beery. Like it feels funny to say, but you know how like some beers taste like beer. This is one of those beers that tastes like beer. The one I think most disappointing part of this is that it's not as crisp as I would have liked it to be. I would have preferred it to be like a really clean, crisp lager. This has a lot of body in it, more body than I wanted. I wanted something that was like not quite the champagne of beers crisp, but like, you know, crisp, like that kind of really clean,
like a cookie
tasting. No, like very flavorful, but not heavy.
Like the grapes that are crunchy.
Yeah. I know there's something about lagers. They're supposed to be very flavorful, but not heavy. Like the Oktoberfest is supposed to be heavier, like in their mouth. Still supposed to be crisp-ish, but like heavier bodied. You know, stout's super heavy. Like lagers are supposed to be crisper. That's the one thing that this doesn't have going for it, but the flavors are all there. Bready, a little bit of like banana-y almost. Not super banana-y at all though. Lots of good like barley notes, you know, typical beerish German beer style lager. Overall, I really want to brew this again, but I want to do it differently. I think the next time I do it, since I now have a brewing room, the next time I do it, I'm going to use a traditional lagering method, which means I'm going to brew it earlier in the season and use a different kind of yeast and not ferment it under pressure. Then I'm actually going to temperature control it versus this time I fermented under pressure and it was just sitting in the basement. So whatever the stagnant air was at, like 63, 64 degrees, is what we fermented this at. Whereas normally in a lager, you might want to ferment closer to like 55 degrees, a nice slow fermentation, followed with a diacetyl rest. There's a bunch of different things to do, but overall, really good, but probably my least favorite of the three. With room for improvement though, which I'm not being narcissistic when I say a lot of my beers turn out really good. So it actually is somewhat fun having a beer that I actually know that I want to try to improve rather than just it popping out being like, oh, this is good. I don't really want to change anything. Like a lot of the beers I've brewed so far, with the exception of probably 2 or 3 now, I probably wouldn't change anything on. But, yeah. Bazinga. So, you have to yell Prost. Prost!
It sounds like you're scaring the dog.
I'm sorry, Marta. You were laying so nice too, slobbering all over the floor. Ooh, frothy. Yes, this one's actually the most carbonated out of all of them, and I have been very careful with shutting off the CO2 after I'm done drinking the beers, because last year I had the Dunkel on for too long under CO2 and it actually overcarbonated. That is one goal that I really tried to avoid this year, and luckily I did not see anybody's beers with a super thick head, which is great. But obviously not everyone knows how to pour a beer. Some of the people they were just pouring straight down, you know. So, hey, Daisy says you need to scare the evil spirits out of your alcohol before you drink it.
Yeah, to be nice.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Whoa, Holden, is this a new bar in the basement? Awesome. Yes, it is actually. You can just vaguely see the green wall back there. You can see the 2 shelves.
Do you think if I shine my light on it, you can tell that it's greener?
Maybe. No,
really help.
it doesn't help at all.
It's not like ice, I tried.
We'll show you guys. I'll probably do a reveal video when the entire basement's done. We'll do a walkthrough.
You know how
show you guys the bar.
Still?
Yes, I know how to do videos. Casey and I are going to be filming it.
Did we talk about the fucking tax on your package?
No, not yet. We will though. We'll get to that.
We have some complaining to do.
I'm not sure how that works. William Hall says you need a boot. Oh man, I wanted a boot so bad. So actually,
they're really expensive.
They are pretty expensive. So at our party, one of the rules was everyone had to drink out of a red Solo cup unless you're able to finish a liter of beer in 15 minutes. A super easy and achievable thing, but we didn't want people chugging it. Like, we wanted them to enjoy their beer, but also, like, I wanted people to drink more. Last year we had this party. The beer was drank and people liked the beer, but they weren't like drinking the way.
Of the people you invited don't drink beer, so
yes,
it was like made it really weird. This year we only invited people who drink
correct.
beer. So.
And DJ D-Rec brought a 1 liter mug, and we said, "This is a holy mug. You finish a liter of beer from this mug in 15 minutes. We'll upgrade you to a glass stein rather than a red Solo cup." And that actually, I think that worked really well. We got people drinking.
I don't think I saw anyone with a red Solo cup.
Yeah, most of them worked their way up to the upgrade, and after they did that, they like heavily drank all night. Like, it wasn't like I'm having a beer.
Left in those kegs?
I wanted to lift the Oktoberfest keg up because there can't be that much left in it. I might do that next year, but yeah, we wanted to get a boot for that because a boot is also a liter. Or like a half yard, because I did the yard that one time.
But those are also really
those are also expensive.
So maybe one day, maybe I'm gonna go to the stores and see what I can find first.
Yeah, a boot is a bit much if you're drinking more than one. In this case, just a few samples of each makes sense. That's kind of where I was headed. 6% is positively the benchmark for Oktoberfest, one of the requirements. Actually, I think technically one of the requirements, or the low end of the requirements for the Oktoberfest style beer, at least for the Marzen style beer, is 5.6. And actually the high end is 6.3, which is where I landed at 6.3. And also the low end of the Fest beer is actually 5.8. So if that's what you're referring to is actually the Fest beer, it's a lot closer, 5.8. But yeah, I agree. They gotta be heavier beers, you know? You look like an abominable snowman.
There's no snow yet.
Like the wheat one. Yes, the wheat one is delicious.
Vino, that was the one that Vino didn't want to try.
Oh, no?
No, he was like, I like that one. And then we were like, oh, but that's the one that my dad made. And then he was like, oh.
Yeah. Sherry says, Bready is more like your Stuttgart or Heidelberg. Stuttgart or Heidelberg. I actually haven't heard of either of those, surprisingly. But also, like, a lot of the beers I know are part of the BJCP style guidelines. There's only, I think, 99 styles of beer, technically, in that. Gotta tell you, you should hang out on the 21090 stream. They're both brewers and would help you a bunch. I should do that.
He's like, if you don't start hopping on the people's streams that I'm telling you to, I'm going to come to Wisconsin.
We haven't even had time to do our own live stream. How am I supposed to have time to watch other people's live streams?
What were you doing last week? You were out with your brother. You could have done that
for his birthday.
Yeah, but his birthday wasn't on Tuesday.
Yeah, but what other day was I supposed to do it?
I don't know.
We had to prepare for a party. I had to finish getting everything ready.
Well,
I had to finish the basement.
Was painted at that point.
Yeah, but the one thing was finishing the basement, and then I still hadn't touched a single part of any of the other chores I had to get done before the party. Like,
what are your chores?
Cleaning out the garage, getting actually the basement ready, not just painted, but I had to set up all of this. Yeah, I know. There was a lot to do. There's been a lot to do.
You didn't clean out the gutters. What the heck?
Hey, AZ says you need a lager in the lineup. Actually, they're all lagers. Yeah, this is a lager. A Marzen is actually a Marzen lager. And then a Dunkel is actually a Munich dark lager. Is what that is. So
for Halloween, are we going to do a live stream and we're going to compare scary movie characters to what whiskey they would drink?
We could do that. Maybe I could get some costumes.
Yeah, that seems like too much work.
That's true. Nice beer bump, and Holden did good too.
I have a bump.
You do have a bump. It's
getting big now.
Oh no, Dunkel should not be that carbonated.
That's why it was bad.
When were we talking about carbonated? Last year's Dunkel? Up
with your own conversation?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up, but sometimes it's hard. Last year's Dunkel, yes, was way too carbonated. It was horrible.
So I can do the hard work, and you can do the easy shit, like sitting there and not drinking.
Hey, Nazy said I tried beer bump, but it spilled in my car. JK, not driving. Is it even 6 o'clock there yet? Or 5 o'clock or whatever? Don't waste beer, international law. Yeah, literally. It's like money. You can't throw it away. Otherwise, it's illegal. Peter White says 1 liter in 15 minutes. Isn't that the usual time it takes?
Yes, but...
If you're drinking the beer, but like, this was more of like a social gathering and there's food. So like, a lot of the people, they'd start talking or start eating. And then we'd be like, oh, hey, you have 3 minutes. And they'd be like, yeah, that's kind of how that went. They'd get through half. They'd be like, oh, this is easy. And then they'd stop paying attention. And we'd be like, a couple minutes left. And they'd be like, oh, no. And then they'd chug it. It worked out because everyone was drinking heavily. Bino says, yes, it was a good time. I'm glad you had fun. Most boots are at least 2 liters. 1 liter is just an everyday Ein Mass type mug. Well, fuck. Get me a liter of cola.
I know, that's how I feel, but I can't even have a liter of cola because I have too much caffeine.
That's from Super Troopers.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Fireball.
Is it a movie?
Yes, it's a very funny movie about dumb cops. I feel like we do look a little washed out. Maybe the lights a
I told you.
Bright. Oh, pod.
Nobody wants to see this white-ass people.
Well, I was trying to ask your opinion on the lighting situation.
I told you I look like a white ghost. Ooh, the mood.
That better?
Well, I can see now, so that's much nicer. Guys, so I look like I have color now.
Oh, that is much nicer. All right. I should look at whatever setting that's on to pay attention. It's not an academic issue. Oktoberfest literally has a requirement of the beer to be served in the tents. 5.7 is a level I've seen from Munich beers and are still at the festival.
Well, then this is a Tilot beer.
It's 6.3.
Is it a
minimum.
Well, then go suck a dick.
The BJCP is a Brewing Judge BJC Brewing Judge Certification panel, something like that.
Well, that's what Taylor said, so
something like that.
That's what I'm going with.
And when did Taylor say that?
When you couldn't think of what the fuck it meant at Lion's Tail,
and
she just swept the floor with you.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the legality and what a beer takes in order to like win awards and competitions and be legally designated. I mean, there's really no legal designation. I could make a fucking lager and call it
this is
stout.
A beer and it's not even alcoholic.
I could make a lager and call it a stout, and they couldn't do jack shit. It's just that everyone would be pissed off. Yeah, the Weiss is the only ale I've heard you do. I did a maple walnut brown ale last year. I also did a
really hoppy Oktoberfest.
Oh well, we did the IPA, which is an ale. We turned real white for a second there. How many other ales? I did a cream ale at one point. I did a cream ale. That was one of the ones I didn't love from my brewing standards. I did Irish Red Ale. That's another ale I did. I've done a few ales, but I've done much more. I can tell you guys all the beers I've done. It's actually pretty easy. I got a list right here. So I have done an Oktoberfest Light. That was super hoppy. That was the first beer I ever brewed. Then I followed it up with an actual Oktoberfest. I've done the Fest beer. I've done the 2025 Oktoberfest, Marzen. I've done an American Lager, a cream ale, a Czech dark lager, a Father's Day hazy IPA, an Irish red ale, a maple walnut brown ale, a Munich Dunkel, and an orange Hefeweizen. And out of all of those beers, the probably 3 that I would change is this Fest beer. I would try to get to be more crisp. The cream ale, I would try to taste less hoppy and more creamy. More like, it had like more hop than I wanted instead of just bitterness. And then the Irish red ale, I wanted more dry. So I would have brewed it at a lower temperature next time. But the rest of them, pretty much I hit the nail on the head. And I brewed the Dunkel twice. So I did that should have technically 2. So yeah, that's all the beers that I ever brewed. Which I've only been doing it a year because I started brewing last year for Oktoberfest. So a year and a month or so. I'd say it's a pretty good lineup, especially for
Marta's
like
holding my hand.
not constantly having parties and drinking all this beer, like pretty good.
Sit. Lay. I don't know why he's trying to hold my hand. Lay. Okay.
He's confused. It's a new environment.
Lay down. Marta.
I meant you always need to. Oh yes, you always need to have at least one lager. That's a good point. Because like ales are good, but they can get heavy.
Oh. Marta's joining. If that's what you wanted.
Is that what you want to sip a beer? Don't run away from the beer.
That's not good for him.
You can have the NA beer.
I don't think that's good for him either.
Probably not. You get bloated.
Allergies go higher.
Chris Tatas is here. It says Das Boot. Das Boot ist sehr gut. Das Boot ist sehr gut. Derek Whiting says back to work. Oh yeah, Chris. Cheers. Sorry, I got distracted by what he said. Back to work for me. Derek, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, he has to work some days.
What the heck? You should quit. Quit and come brew beer for Chateau Bow Wow.
Quit and come babysit our child every single day. I'll let you drink the milk at the house.
What?
Instead of paying, you know what I mean? Like, I'll let him have some milk. What if it's so funny? Milk, like you put in your cereal?
Yes, but like, no, but I can't be the only one who wasn't thinking you were talking about that kind of milk.
Why are you being weird?
You're the one who said it.
Like, I'll feed him. Like, that's what he'll pay me.
Why'd you say milk?
Because I was thinking.
You're literally giving birth, offering him the babysit, and offering him payment in milk. Like, what are people supposed to think? That was the wrong word to choose.
You can't watch the baby then.
Why milk?
He likes milk. I like milk.
He also likes brisket.
I don't have brisket hanging on the fridge every day. You know what I do over the fridge every day? Milk.
Yeah, but brisket also doesn't.
What? Go shove it up your ass.
Do we have a liter of cola?
Marta.
You spit in my liter of cola. Germans have very strict beer laws and purity standards. Oh.
Poland has zero.
Yes, like the Reinheitsgebot.
It's so stupid sometimes. Like,
At least I know what Reinheitsgebot means. I think I know what Reinheitsgebot means.
Don't
if I
act like you know what it is if you think you know what it is.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but Reinheitsgebot is actually the process in which, like, the German process of brewing beer, where really, bro?
Just tail hit the camera.
I'm surprised it didn't cut out. It's the German process of brewing beer where it's like very streamlined. There's no extra steps. There's no like fluffy duffy. It's like it's only, I believe it's like, I can't remember, but like one mash temp or something. It's like one mash temp, just grains and hops, no additives, no extra whatever. I don't know. The Apartment Brewer is a guy on YouTube I watch for brewing stuff because he's very informative, and he does Reinheitsgebot sometimes. He's talked about Reinheitsgebot, which is where I've gotten my information, but I don't retain all that information all the time. Talking about my empty beer.
Yeah, what the fuck?
This is 0.4 liters.
Nobody came here to fucking look at an empty cup. Excuse me, everyone. It's the beer.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but it looks gross. What happened to it?
I think I got a chunk.
Ew, that's a thing?
No.
It's the end, isn't it?
I hope not.
It's probably the end, because that's what happens to the beers at the brewery. They get all like super foamy or whatever.
That means we went through fucking hella beers. I think I'm gonna dump this out because I mean, it's just yeast, but I can't imagine that would make my stomach feel great.
Yeah, I had shits the other day, and I was sleeping, and he had the shits at night, and I woke up because he was tooting too loud in the other room. Yeah. Sorry if you guys didn't want to know that.
One thing I really wanted to do for like my next time I make a lager or any beer really, I want to get a floating dip tube. So it's got a ball on it and a tube. That's where the beer comes out. And most of you guys probably know this. Basically, it floats on top of the beer and it sucks all the beer from the top down, which helps with clarity because all the like sediment will settle to the bottom. And what you can do with a floating dip tube is actually put unflavored gelatin in the beer. And what that does, the gelatin grabs all the yeast and other particulates that float around the beer to make it a hazy color. It like gels it together, makes it sit at the bottom of the keg. And then you have that floating dip tube drawing beer from the top of the keg. And that basically creates a super crisp and clean looking beer. And it's super clear when you're drinking it. But yeah, this.
We'll go lift up your keg and see.
Well, no, I don't want to shake it up because it was pouring extremely clear. I was actually going to comment, like, look how much clearer this beer that has lagered is. And then it just spat out this fucking, I mean, look at that soup. I mean, like, it's not even a little bit see. I mean, that is like, there's just one bubble of like.
Ew.
So what happened is, so a normal dip tube sits at the bottom of the keg, right in the thing. And so like after the first, usually it doesn't like settle all right away. So the first couple beers, you're getting most of that, but it's not like enough that you notice a super big difference apart from just a slight haze. And then as you get to the bottom of the keg, usually you had sucked all that sediment out already. So it's just clearer and clearer the longer it's in there and the more you drink from it. Well, there must have been one little bubble of shit stuck at the bottom of the keg. And I did actually drag this from over there back over here because we had it serving over there when we had our party. And so I had to drag it all the way over here, in which I probably bumped it around. And yeah. You think this is clean?
It's clean. That's soap. I must not have rinsed the soap off all the way.
All right, I'm just going to use this. This is the one I wanted to use. This is the one the thumbnail is using.
Sorry, guys.
It smells fine. It feels fine.
I did the dishes at night after a long-ass day of having people at my house. And I clearly didn't rinse the soap off all the way. But that's what happens when Holden doesn't do any of the cleaning up after a party. So you can blame him for the cup problems. That still looks a little cloudy to me.
It still looks a little cloudy, not going to lie. But you know what? I'm just going to taste it, drink it. I think
this is like the color it should be.
I probably shook it up too much when I dragged it. I didn't even think about that. I should have did that earlier before I took a shower. And let it like settle for a bit. But it's a little cloudy. It's gonna taste the same and smell pretty much the same. It's better than that one. That one looks like
that one looks
just
gross.
absolute
That
vomit.
one looks like sourdough disco.
And you want to know what it was? The reason I was pouring so nicely the first time is because that was what it was sitting in the hose.
Yeah.
Like I have 5 feet of beer line in there. So that was like the first 5 feet was like whatever. I should have just stopped at that point.
Anyway.
But
so what's the name of this one?
This is the Oktoberfest, otherwise known as the worst case scenario.
Which is kind of what happened right there.
Yep. But it's 6.3% alcohol. It's your typical Marzen lager, but not brewed in March. It is perfection. I mean, it's not perfect. I think actually I liked last year's a smidge better, the second batch from last year. But this actually lagered and turned out really, really well. And a lot of people really, really liked it. This was definitely the favorite of the night for sure. Hence why it's probably pretty close to gone. But it is super malty, super bready, a little bit caramely, but not like overwhelming caramel. It's definitely malty, biscuity, and just bready. Like a pretzel. I love pretzel Oktoberfests. That's my favorite part. Smells like it's going to have a good body, and obviously the looks are less appealing, but let's taste it.
It didn't look like that when other people were over, so at least it saved itself till it was just us.
It is so biscuity, bready, malty, but not like overwhelming. It's not like to the point where it's getting bitter or like anything like that. It is also very crisp and refreshing. And even though it's not clear, it's actually like significantly more crisp than the Fest beer, which is like one of the biggest things. I'm just like, I want the Fest beer to lager a little bit more, and I want it to get this crisp because this one is actually super crisp compared to the Fest beer. But I did use Diamond Lager yeast on the Fest beer, and I used W3470 on this. And W3470 is a higher attenuating yeast, which means it eats more of the sugars and gets a crisper, cleaner end product, whereas the Diamond Lager yeast doesn't quite get as much. So even though I brewed this to be crisper and drier, the yeast I used probably wasn't the most ideal scenario, but I just wanted to switch it up. I use the same kind of yeast too often sometimes. I just like switching it up. But this is so good. It is super bready and biscuity and pretzely. It would go great with a fucking currywurst. I would just... The worst case scenario is not having a currywurst to eat with this. This is delicious. That and pretzels. Like this with pretzels would be...
There's pretzels with stairs.
I know, pretzels and beer dip. Mm-hmm. And beer. Like, hazy or not, that tastes fucking good. Like, really good. Like, I've had a lot of Oktoberfest now. Like, a lot of Oktoberfest beers. And they are all different. And if you're looking for a super German style, like, if you would consider Spaten or Hofbrau Oktoberfest to be the Oktoberfests, those are both very good ones. Don't get me wrong. But if you would consider that to be streamline what an Oktoberfest should be, then this is a little bit different than that. This is definitely has more character and body to it. Those are a little bit more crisp and clean and even less flavor. But I prefer this. This is like what I want in Oktoberfest, which is awesome. I like this. This is good. Das gut. Bazinga. You wear a hat like that, you need to do a traditional German beer dance. Figure it out. That's what I said to figure it out. Fuck. I don't even know a German beer dance, buddy.
Next year, hold another dance for everyone.
Next year I can do a little German beer dance. I just poured Ein Maß of Palaner Oktoberfest. It's not their Marzen, but it's the other one they have. It's like a Helles, but higher hops and higher ABV, 5.7. So is it like a fest beer then at that point? Or is it still not a fest beer? Richie C says, Holden, is your love of beer more than whiskey? I've been on both journeys forever. Here's the difference. When I'm drinking whiskey with friends who drink whiskey, that is the most fun. The variety of whiskey is fun. Searching for whiskeys is fun. Everything about whiskey in that regards is fun. Or if like I want to sit down and just have like one drink for the night, I like whiskey. But beer is so easy and brainless. And we live in Wisconsin. So like if I want to just have a nice alcoholic beverage that I don't have to super think about and I can just enjoy, a beer is great. If I get done working and I'm sweaty, a beer is great. A beer is refreshing. A beer is like easy to crush. I'm playing poker. I usually end up having some whiskeys because I'm usually with Casey and we end up drinking some whiskeys. But we also crush some beers because we want to know why? Because a couple of beers, it fixes what ails you. Just like the Shane Gillis skit. So I think personally, I do think I still like whiskey better than beer. But I always tend toward beer also because when you go places in public, like I counted 220 bottles of whiskey, open bottles of whiskey. When I go somewhere in public, I'm not going to get a whiskey that's better than anything I have here, especially for a good price. I'm going to get probably one of my bottom shelfers, like Buffalo Trace, for like $10 a pour when I can literally get a bottle for $10. Not really, but like, that's what I'm saying. So whenever I go out to eat, it's like, I can go to a restaurant and get a new craft beer from around here that I haven't tried before, or a different kind of beer that I haven't tried before, or even just a beer that I like. And it's a couple bucks and it's an entire pint of beer and like, it's cheap, it's easy, and it's not something I've had before. Whereas whiskey, it's like, I love whiskey when I'm drinking at home or trying a friend's whiskey, but going out for whiskey is really hard, especially around here when there's not, like, the bourbon bar is great. By far the largest, bourbon room is great. By far the largest whiskey selection in Green Bay in this area. But at this point,
things that they have.
Yeah, at this point, I have more bottles than the bourbon room, I think. I was looking when we were there. We were just there.
Only have the bottles that are on the shelf there, but also like I guess our menu is not super long. Like it's long, longer than most places.
Very long. I mean, it's a lot of whiskey.
You have to think like how many people just come in and have a pour or two or a flight, and then like they cycle through it a lot faster. So it might change.
And they also don't have as many new bottles. I mean, like they don't have the variety of what I have. They have like 1792. They have the lineup of 1792. They have Old Forester. They have the lineup of Old Forester. I have like a bunch of different brands, kinds, flavors, whatever.
The most recent one that came out, but
they have one. I mean,
that's probably because people drink it though. You know what I mean? That's not like
a lot of people
they don't want to offer it if they didn't have it. And then some of them you can only get in like their flights because they're so sought after that people would like. They would run and they wouldn't be able to get enough bottles to keep up with it, and then those flights are really expensive. But you know, like Holden has some of those things, like Old Rip and Stag.
Yeah.
I was expecting a bigger clink than.
I didn't. I missed it.
Yeah, that's not satisfying noise at all.
Oh, TMI. I don't know what we said that was TMI.
That was your pooping in the other room.
Pooping in what room?
The bathroom.
Yeah. So I wasn't the only one either. My friend texted me, Casey. You guys know Casey. He texted me. He's like, "Bro, I threw up this morning. I've been shitting nonstop ever since." He's like,
"Just what happens when you drink too much beer."
Craft beer especially is bad. And honestly, I feel like if I find it, like gelatin, find it and cleared it up and drove it from the top, there'd be less yeast. I feel like sometimes that yeast can kind of upset people's stomachs. So like I might try that and even just see like if I crush the same amount of beers that have been clarified, will it hurt stomachs as much as not? Because every time we go to a brewery and drink craft beer, same thing. Even for Casey, especially for Casey, he says craft breweries equals married to the toilet the next day. So, but I don't think they gelatin fine their beers.
I would take a shitting hangover versus a puking hangover.
Absolutely, 120%.
Yeah. But it sounds like Casey had both, which that's gotta suck.
Yeah, that does suck.
You at least just had the shitting one.
Yeah, I just had to poop. And I had a headache.
I didn't have a hangover.
I had a headache, but pretty bad.
I slept, and then I woke up the next day, and I was fine.
Henny Z says, I perfected a traditional Irish beer dance, but I am working on my German beer dance.
Okay, you sent us a video.
Yeah, go ahead and send a video of the Irish beer dance, and then we'll put it on the live stream. My eyes hurt. Probably from this light.
Okay, well, if you drank your fucking beer, we could be done, but we can't be done because you're slower than all hell.
Henny Z says, knit times 50. I don't even know what we said.
The pooping thing!
Yeah, but what if it wasn't the pooping thing? Why are they... the pooping thing.
Well, it could have been this too.
I don't know.
think it was the pooping thing. Maybe if you hurry the fuck, give me. I'm
trying. We just talk a lot. We talk a lot.
No, you don't want to shut the fuck up.
You disturbed Marta.
Marta wants to be by me because he loves me more than me.
Hey, he said Stacey H showed me the official Irish whiskey river dance, and then all of a sudden it started raining whiskey because I should try that. Area 1 said I thought I better check in. Area 1, welcome to it, man. It's been a while. How have you been?
Hear about Holden's issues.
True. Hagen said the German purity law. In German, that's Reinheitsgebot.
I think he's told us that already.
That makes sense. Not even a worst case. Yeah, like worst case.
Yeah, like a sausage worst.
Let's catch up on the likes. Yeah, guys, like the like button on your journey around the YouTubes. Make sure you're hitting the like button. That helps us out. Fest of the Worst. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good name.
I'm not that clever.
The Fest of the Worst.
I came up with the feeling festy.
Not March is exactly the real authentic fest beers where they're that style, just good ABV to it. I see. Hofbrau to me isn't that great. Spaten and Hackett Shore are the standouts for me. Paulaner is good too, but you need the March and specific Oktoberfest since they make two. Yeah, Spaten has always been the German Oktoberfest that I personally get. If I'm at a German restaurant, they got all the Oktoberfest. I usually get Spaten. But I can't say I've had Hackett Shore, so I would like to try it though. And I can't say I've ever had like a traditional Marzen, like brewed in March. I could be wrong though. Holden, before this time next year, you're going to be a father. Congrats to both of you. Hey, Richie, thanks. I appreciate that. We appreciate
sharing all the news with our existential crises.
Yep. Yeah. Gonna be very soon. I'm gonna be a father.
Yeah. Where are we gonna put the baby in the live stream? Right here.
Yeah. Shuri said, yes, the Polliner I have is a fest beer, but a Helles fest beer. They used to call this one Weissen beer. It's not a traditional Oktoberfest, even though they serve it there. What makes it a Helles fest beer versus a normal fest beer? What is it? What makes it a Helles? Well, drinking larger amounts of beer is more socially acceptable than drinking large amounts of whiskey, to be fair. To be fair, I would say you're right. But nothing better than a good beer with some Roadhouse food as well. I don't know why I thought that said Roadhead. And I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, you're right. I would have to agree. I'd have to agree. I'm not sure you are the ultimate in whiskey. You do know John Kranz is up in your area.
Okay, he's not comparing himself to John Kranz.
True. I'm just comparing myself to
the typical bar.
Bars.
The typical bar has like
even the best bar around here.
Basic stuff.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
Nothing worth. It's like if I want to go pay $6 for a pour of Maker's Mark neat, I'm gonna go home and just pour myself literally any other bottle of whiskey. Like most of the bars around here aren't. I mean, like yes, in a pinch, I'll do Maker's Mark, Bullet, Woodford. Like they're still good whiskeys, but the prices that they charge for it, I'd rather have a beer. I would, especially in a social environment like that, I think I'd always just rather have a beer. Unless it was a fancy, like sometimes it's a more upscale environment, like a wedding or like a funeral or something like that. Then it's like, oh yeah, I'll take a whiskey, and I'm dressed up, I'll have a whiskey. But if I'm just like going out and it's a bar or like any scenario where it's like I'm not fancy, yeah, just give me a beer. Chris Tots says, my nephew has been tapped on the shoulder to start training as a master brewer for the major brewery here in my state. That's so cool. I fucking wish, honestly.
What is Australian beer like?
I don't know. Sorry, Marta, I kicked you. I don't know what an Australian beer is like. Casey looks like he can take a dump.
Right now?
No, because he's met him in person.
Oh,
so he's
I forget
saying
that.
He looks like he could take a dump. Homie can take a dump. Every time he comes over here to help me with something, he's just absolutely shitting his pants 24/7.
Do you think he would appreciate you telling the internet this?
He doesn't give a fuck.
Okay, that's just his.
And if he cared, he would be here.
That's true. When's he gonna start joining your live stream?
He's not. I got too inconsistent for too long, and then he stopped being in the habit of getting home to watch. And yeah, plus like we stopped filming videos, and like Casey's still very much part of the bourbon bar. It's just that I haven't had time to even be the bourbon bar, so like it's hard for him to have time to come over here and be it too. You know.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself. Are you gonna have time now?
I think we're gonna. The plan is to film videos without editing them.
Yeah, you two are way too chatty for that.
No, not if we just get after it. Like I watched like some of Top Shelf Whiskey's videos, and like they don't do any cuts, and like they have some longer format videos, but like they're still putting out content. They're still talking about new releases. They're still getting to try the whiskey and talk about it, which honestly is kind of what all the fun is, especially like for me and like Casey doing it. Like Casey and I thoroughly enjoy filming videos, enjoy bringing you guys content. The part that I don't love is editing and putting out the content. Like it's just a pain for me. I don't have time to do it. I don't have the energy to do it. But like if I just film a video, throw a thumbnail on it and post it, that's way better. Yeah. He's currently a senior yeast scientist for them.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know first thing about yeast. I mean, I know that how to use yeast to make beer, but like I'm certainly no yeast scientist. The discussion of craft beer aftermath seems like the talk during my ulcerative colitis group. I mean,
I feel like I'm watching Grey's Anatomy again.
Sea fart craft. Yes, sea fart craft. Irish beer dance usually takes place in the parking lot.
Is that where you whip your titties out and shake them back and forth until they give you free beer?
I don't know, but maybe you should try it when the camera's off. Chris Tata says, yes, he is my favorite. My favorite nephew, as they are owned by Kieran, so he has access to staff pricing for Four Roses.
I'm glad you're willing to admit he's your favorite nephew right on the internet. I hope he's your only nephew. Otherwise, the other ones might be offended.
I don't think any of them are watching our channel to ever find out that he said that.
You never know.
I wouldn't be worried, man. Hanging D says Sugar Kitty is correct.
Did you call me
Spaten
man?
is no. Spaten is gold standard. I like Spaten. Polliner will do if Spaten if no Spaten is available. I do not mind the Polliner.
Vino's like, hurry the fuck up and get to the heavy dark beer.
That heavy dark beer. I'm sorry, Vino. I'm trying. Hacker Shore is owned by Polliner. They're similar. I'm a big Spaten fan. My distant cousins serve that in their Bavarian place. I don't want to hurt tummy if I drink all that.
With that statement.
Interesting. Roadhead beer. That's wild, bud.
Guys, this chair's more uncomfortable down here.
They do feel less comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is.
Hurts.
I don't know if I have less room or like.
We have way more room.
I don't know, but the next bar, because this is not the bar that's staying in here. I'm building a new bar. That new bar will have a cutout in the middle of it, so you can actually sit underneath the bar on the chair the way the chair was meant to be sat on. Because right now, like you can't, your knees don't fit under the bar because that's where we have storage for glassware.
Oh, I was leaning my legs up there.
Oh, well, that's, you know.
I can't see.
How's that?
I don't want to go stupid.
So, here we have Das Munich Dunkel. Means the dark Munich. That's literally
No,
what
I
it
meant...
means.
What? Oh,
The dark
no,
Munich.
but that's not what
I know, but that's not what it's named. It is named Nachtbrot, which means night bread. Because it is dark.
Nighttime and it's bready
and
like
bread. Yep. Hackers is good too. Do not say Foster's, as that has been owned by the English since 1982. Did you just fart?
That was Murta.
Bro, that was wet as fuck. That was wet. That was a wet, juicy fart. Surprised poop didn't come out. Helles is a lighter lager with less malt. For Oktoberfest, they add a bit more malt so they can ferment it longer to get the ABV up to fest level. They then put a bit more hops because it's dry. That makes sense. I do like Helles lagers. I really do. I just didn't know the difference. Foster good too. Foster's not made in Oz. If you ever get to Munich and like Spaten, don't forget they own the Augustiner Brewery as well. They have a great beer garden right near the main train station. Great beer, great entertainment. That's probably where we would end up going.
We're not going there until Holden graduates college, so you'll have to remind us in a few years.
Holden, have you documented the building of the bourbon bar? You know, Richie, I tried. I fucking tried. I made the one video, the first one, where I said, I'm going to make all the videos. I didn't do that. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna. I mean, it's already done for the most part, except for flooring. I had hardly had time to actually do it, let alone time to film it and make videos of it. But I will film an after video, so we'll have a before and after. And I'll talk about how we did everything and like the processes and all that kind of stuff. But no, I unfortunately will not.
Oh, we almost died.
Be filming a whole how it's done.
You put your face on my foot.
But yeah, I wanted to. I really did. Bar will have a cutout. For Lauren right now, you need an entire missing chunk.
That's kind of rude, guys. I'm not that big.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm not going to be in Chateau Bow Wow. Sugar Kitty is. Blame it on the dog. Sneaky player. True.
No, it was him. He stretches and farts. Look at him. He looks like he farts.
He does. He's a farty guy. He's a farty boy. That could also mean night sandwich. Brot is the word for bread, true. But they use the same for a sandwich, which is a good name for a beer. The night sandwich. And because it's got the carbs of a sandwich, and it's like you drink it at night. It's like, I'm going to have me a night sandwich, and then you drink the Nachtbrot.
This is what he wanted to do.
You're cute, mister.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy. Glad it's here. Me too. Biking Bourbon says, howdy, folks. Cheers, Biking Bourbon. Welcome to it. How you doing on this chilly Wisconsin evening? Haney Z says that he likes a good night sandwich. Who doesn't like a good night sandwich? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got the Munich Dunkel here, the Nachtbrot. This one is 5.6% alcohol by volume, and that is the lowest out of all of them, except for obviously the Orange Heffa. But on the nose,
that one's called
super malty.
Your Whistle.
Yeah, the Orange Heffa is called Wheat Your Whistle. Derek came out with that one, DJ D-Rec Whiting. But this one, super malty on the nose. It's giving me like coffee grounds and coffee-like notes, a little bit of like chocolatey vibes. Very malty and bready. Super great.
I need coffee.
Then on the palate, this one is super crisp. I mean, it is super crisp, like
crispy.
Crispy. It is very, very good. It is chocolatey coffee grounds, but also like light and easy to drink. Like you could crush these, you would never guess that it's 5.6%. One of the first German beers that I liked that wasn't an Oktoberfest was actually a Munich Dunkel. So we went to I thought I had the Lion's Tail mug down here. Went to Lion's Tail Brewery, and they had we went to the Oktoberfest actually, the first time we ever went to any Oktoberfest. And we had the Oktoberfest, and then I had decided to try their Mile of Munich, which at the time I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was called the Mile of Munich. So then I figured out it was the Munich Dunkel, and it was so good. I remember it being super good. And then that was very, very young on in my beer drinking days. And I don't even know if I really had much beers or even liked many beers at that point. I mean, I don't think I was drinking beers like that back then.
No, but
So,
that was a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. But yeah, ever since then I was like, I'm going to make Munich Dunkels. And I have, and they've been very popular with the darker beer crowd. Casey's wife, Tay, loves the Munich Dunkel that I brew. Every time she comes over, she's like, Dunkel, Dunkel, Dunkel. It's like her little beer dance. Dunkel, Dunkel, Dunkel. Do the roar.
What the heck?
You don't know that guy?
I do know that guy. I'm like, what the heck?
But yeah, the Munich Dunkel has always been a favorite staple of mine to have in the bar, especially during this time of the year. So, but overall, I'd say my lineup of how I like these, Oktoberfest, very high number one. I love the Oktoberfest. I had probably one Dunkel, one Fest beer, and like 6 Oktoberfests during our party. The Oktoberfest was just going down. But Oktoberfest is very clear number one. And then the Munich Dunkel is right behind that. It's very, very good. And then after the Munich Dunkel, I would say I guess there's the Orange Heffa too, if you're counting all 4. And I do really like that Orange Hefeweizen. But it is a bit hoppier. So probably Oktoberfest, Dunkel, Orange Heffa, and then the Fest beer is last. But next year, the Fest beer will be better. So, yeah. Shuri says, #Pamper Canine. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Handy Disa, a pug fart could clear out a basement bar in seconds. I believe that.
Mercas usually aren't stinky, but he has had a few stinky ones where I had to put him outside because he smelled so bad.
Yeah, he's a stinky boy sometimes. I'm with Lauren. I can easily crash after the workday.
Crash during the workday, so
Me too.
I'm on a different level.
Holden, keep the Tuesday for your lives. Monday is like 5 YouTubers live. Well, I don't plan on moving it, honestly. I like Tuesdays. It's always worked out well for me. I don't even know why I picked it, to be honest. I think at the time, actually, when I started doing live streams, I was on WhiskeyTube a lot. And Lauren and I were dating at the time, but she was in college, so I lived alone. And all I did was work, and I got done at 2 o'clock, and then I go to the gym. I get done at the gym, and from 3 o'clock until whenever I went to bed, like, what the fuck do I do with myself?
If you would have went to school then, you would have been done by
Yeah,
now.
but I wouldn't have gotten it paid for.
No, but
Key moment.
it's just the point. Now you're in school and you're old man.
I also wouldn't have gotten the job if I went to school.
Well, true, I guess.
They wanted someone freshly out of school to work full time. That way they could shape me the way they wanted it.
Yeah. And now Holden tries to make friends with 20-year-olds that don't use Snapchat.
Yeah, I've been texting my friend on Instagram.
I didn't even know people Instagram texted.
Me, I was like, I'm like, so we kind of became friends forcefully through like group. For literally the first day of class, I just sat in a random spot, and the teacher is just like, at the end of class is like, you're gonna need groups of 2 or 3 or whatever to work on things in class. So find 2 other people and become a group and sit by them every single day for the whole semester. And don't move spots because of the formatting of like wherever you save stuff on the computer. It doesn't like transfer because it's stupid. He's like, yeah, sit in the same spot every single day, sit by the people you choose. And like, I just so happen to be sitting next to him, and it's the first day of class. Nobody knows each other. It's like, how are we supposed to pick
other
groups?
people probably knew each other because they're
all freshmen.
Oh, true.
And so I literally go like this. You guys want to be in a group? They're like, sure. So the second day of class, our third group mate didn't show up, and he hasn't showed up since. And so it's either he dropped it or the teacher did say that like if we don't want to go in, we can talk to him and take it kind of like half online and just like come in for like important things like tests and stuff, I think is how that works.
How are you a group?
Oh, we're not. He's not in our group.
Oh, you kicked him out of group because he's touching it.
Well, I mean, like, I guess I don't know. I don't know what would happen if he showed up, but he's not like, we haven't done any group projects yet. It's really just kind of like in class. We sit next to each other. We talk all the time. We help each other figure out its programming stuff. So we help each other figure out and problem solve things. But he's super cool. But anyway, we were like, oh, we should probably have a form of communication. And then we're like, oh yeah. And he's like, what's your Instagram? And then I'm like, oh, it's this. And then he has my Instagram. I'm like, do people not use Snapchat anymore to communicate? And he's just like, I don't even have Snapchat. I don't use it.
But he's a freshman.
And I'm like,
that means he's 18.
No, he's 22.
Oh,
he transferred from something NTC or
like another tech school.
Northern Wisconsin Technical College. Mm-hmm. He's from Wausau.
Okay. Okay, so he already had like all of his gen ed stuff.
Yeah, he made the same thing I did, except without the giant gap in between.
Yeah.
He just transferred immediately.
Well, that's good. At least he's not an 18-year-old.
Yeah, no, he's old enough to drink and gamble.
What do you even talk about with an 18-year-old?
I don't know. Their latest conquest, them seeing boobies for the first time. I don't know.
They're 18, not 12.
Anyway, Sugar Kitty, you're wrong. I'll get to that though. But yeah, that's kind of that's that. You don't overlap and have your own hour of YouTube. It's nice. Yeah, I agree. I like having our own hour of YouTube, and sometimes I wish we started later, but also like I purposely started. So anyway, I stopped saying my story because you were talking about college.
Oh, sorry.
But I used to live alone. I did nothing all day, and I'd spend all day on the live streams, which is how I even became in the YouTube world to begin with. And then when I decided I want to do my own live stream, I'm like, I need to choose a time that is not going to interrupt anyone else's. And at the time, everyone else had all the other days, and on Tuesdays it was I want to say that Whiskey Shenanigans was Tuesday, and I don't even think they're a channel anymore. I mean, maybe they are.
Remember when you wanted to do a fitness YouTube channel instead of a bourbon YouTube
I made one fitness YouTube channel video.
Oh, you did?
I filmed it. I didn't.
You
I didn't edit it or post it or anything like that.
We can do a video right now, and then.
That would definitely hold me accountable. I would love to do fitness YouTube. I really, honestly would. But
would you guys want to see Holden?
No, they wouldn't give a
jiggling around in the gym, jiggle like that.
My money don't jiggle, it folds. Anyway, let me finish what I was saying. A very long way of saying I didn't have anything to do. I chose Tuesdays randomly. I chose 6 o'clock because I think I had friends who live streamed at 7 o'clock, and I wanted at least an hour of air time before that happened. So that's what I did, and I've been Tuesdays at 6 ever since, and I've never gone back. So it works out. Monday was busy for a long time. All of a sudden, a couple quit or changed. Then, like 5 channels all wanted to switch to Monday. At least that shaked out just a regular number, but they're all early. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like back when I used to watch Whiskey Tube live streams, they were all at nighttime, like starting at like 7, 8, or 9 o'clock.
About moving the day?
I have, yes.
Oh, when? Why would you move it? You watch football one day, you watch football another day.
I didn't used to. I didn't used to.
That's all of our week right there. That's why I can't go to bed at a normal freaking time. I gotta skip and watch all these stupid football games.
Not all of the games, just the important ones. And honestly, I just like watching football. It's so fun.
I don't dislike football, but I want to go to bed.
Monday later could be okay, but it's not worth changing unless you really have to. This time slot is really yours alone. Keep it. Thank you. I agree. It's mine.
Yeah, I'm asking the fucking
mine. But it helps because we go to bed at 9.
No, we don't. We go to bed at fucking 11, and I'm barely awake. I'm like lying in the bed like, oh.
If we aren't doing something important, we go to bed at 9.
You accidentally trained me to not be sleepy at 9 p.m.
I wake up at 4.
I don't fucking
4:30 in the morning.
Up.
So I go to bed at 9. I try to, and when I don't, I'm always sleepy, anxious, and all the bad things. But sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. You know, football is good practice for the baby because it'll keep me up. And then when the baby's crying, I'll be used to being tired because I've been spending so many nights watching football.
You know that if you sleep train like I want to do, the baby's not going to be waking up after like 12 weeks. They're going to be sleeping.
Well, yeah, but for 12 weeks, we'll be tired.
Okay, well.
Sugar Kitty says Snapchat equals like 12-year-olds. Actually, no. Snapchat is our era.
Apparently, like 20-some-year-olds now.
Yeah, I would.
And no one else. Snapchat came out when we were 12.
Yeah.
So we got it, and then God, that was a long time ago. That was like.
And I can
13,
confidently say for
ago.
a majority of people our age, you communicate through Snapchat. You don't text. Yeah. You don't call.
And then
you Snapchat each other.
But if you're slightly older than us or slightly younger than us, you don't.
Yeah.
You Snapchat.
It's very if it's important. You absolutely text or call. Usually call if it's important. Text is like, I want you to see it, because like Snapchat, you don't see it unless you open it, whereas text, you can read it before answering.
Coincidentally, I do that to Holden all the time if I want him to read my message, because he always has a stupid watch on. I text it to him. And guess what he doesn't do? Look at my fucking message. He probably sees it, beep, oh, it's just line. I don't need to answer it. I'm going to start kicking your ass every single time you ignore me.
Sometimes I'm in a meeting.
No, I did it at the party, and you... I
was in no shape to be answered. I was hosting. I was feeding people. I was drinking. I was playing party games.
Turn your wrist and go, oh shit.
You think I felt that? I don't even know. I don't even know if I was wearing my watch.
Yes, you were.
I took like 2 showers that day.
I looked out the window to check to make sure you had it on.
Bullshit. But yeah, so Snapchat is actually not. It's like, I would say 23, 24 to 27.
Yeah.
Like those 3 or 4 years, that's who uses Snapchat. They only use Snapchat, and then nobody else does. Like it is a weird line to be. It's a weird thing to think about. I mean, other people use Snapchat, but like we only use Snapchat.
Gonna delete all of your memories if you don't pay to keep them. Like if you don't pay for Snapchat Premium, they're gonna delete everything. So a lot of people are like, well, once they do that, I'm just gonna delete the app. Because I like all your memories. When you hit save, it saves to your phone. So it's like technically you have them.
Right.
They just don't come up as a memory each year. Which technically, if you can set up your Apple to do
also,
that,
Snapchat Plus is $1.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna get raised.
Oh. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be $5 a month or something like that, just to keep your memories.
That would be fucking stupid.
Yeah,
but you gotta think about how much.
Thing no more pretty soon.
You gotta think about how much storage Snapchat uses to.
Well, I'm not gonna pay for it, so if that's a thing, then I'm just gonna do it.
I don't know if I will or not. If it's $5, absolutely not. But like, if it's $1, I'll swing $1 for a bit until they.
You swing $1 for everything. That's why you have no money, because you're constantly swinging dollars at shit. You're like a stripper, but opposite.
Holden, has anyone said that's a cool hat? No, actually. Everyone's only ever made fun of it.
Them before.
You like this? It was very cheap. It was in a Halloween costume. Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. Yes, had some serious life changes. Had to go in a different direction. Yeah, I know he was in like the military and stuff. I just like. I was at a time where like I just kind of stopped watching people's live streams, and then I kind of lost touch with where they were at.
Kind of stopped when he started working multiple jobs, and then we bought the house. Now he has shit to do every day.
It's been basically I've been all gas, no brakes for a very long time now. Holden Jiggle. I can no longer unsee that vision. Stop, please. So the answer is no. They do not want to see me work out.
Get up on the thing and jiggle around like the truffle shuffle a little bit so they can see. They can't see because you got the stupid comment.
The boobies are bouncing.
Yeah, they're pretty tight.
I mean, I know that, but you don't have to acknowledge it. You can pretend that I'm skinny still.
You know what?
I am very overweight. I'm actually the heaviest. I am the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life right now. Okay, pause. I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my adult life right now. There was one time when I was younger that I was actually this same weight. And that was the one time before I decided to get skinny and stay skinny forever.
So we're hoping that happens again because I'm sick and tired of hearing about it.
The time you go to bed is going to change. You're going to be happy to get sleep absolutely anytime you can get. When I lived alone, I went to bed at 9 o'clock. And maybe I watched some like Whiskey Tube in bed and like live streams and stuff and whatever. But like,
I make Holden go lay in bed with the iPad to watch it.
Lauren is the reason that I am not healthy.
Fuck you.
No, not the only reason. There's a million reasons.
I'm fat, so go fuck yourself.
There's a million reasons why I'm not healthy. But what I'll say is, when I was single, living alone, and had nothing to do. Even when I wasn't single, but like still living alone and like had nothing to do all day, like all I did was have really fucking healthy habits. I never had any junk food in the house. I never ate junk food. I always cooked my own meals because I would cook dinner, I'd wash one dish, and I just eat my one meal, and I didn't have anything else to do anyway. And then I would relax, Marta. And then I would go to the gym and I'd work out for like an hour and a half to 2 hours rather than just like 45.
I think he's doing it on purpose.
Rather than just 45 minutes of being in the gym just to get it done. I used to just do it for fun.
Do you hear him fucking blaming me for him not going to the gym? I'm working when he normally goes to the gym. He's blaming me for not cooking meals. I try to cook as much dinner as I can. And you know what? If he would have knocked me up so I was too fucking tired to get off my ass off the couch to go cook, we would still be having healthy fucking meals.
I am glad.
I am fully able. I can control myself around my sweets. I should be able to have them. Who's the one that can't do that? Is not my fault. That is your fault. That is your fault. You cannot blame me for your problems. I'm here. I'll support you. But if you start blaming me, I'm going to start shoving shit up your ass. And I'm going to laugh at you when it hurts coming out. Okay.
That's not very nice. All I was saying is that it is a good problem to have, but I never had any reason to come home before. So like now it's like I want to come home and see her. So like, why would I fucking waste?
Come home and blame me for your chunky.
Why would I waste my time in the gym doing nothing? But like when I lived alone, the fuck else did I have to do? Go home to myself and sit there by myself and do nothing by myself? Why do that when I could just like crash out in the gym for a few hours, listen to music, pump some iron, sometimes work out with other people, and just like, it was a different vibe when I didn't have any responsibilities. And it wasn't just like marital responsibilities or relationship responsibilities. I hardly had any work responsibilities. I didn't have school. I had my apartment bill and a car loan. And then I had to buy myself food and gas. That was all I had to take care of. There's more stuff now. In a good way, in a great way, there's more stuff. But there is more stuff, you know? You're just, I don't know, adulting. That's just adulting, isn't it?
I think you're doing a lot of blaming Lauren for your problems. Our marriage is not why you're fat.
No, I was fat when we were dating too.
Yeah, you said you were fat when we went on our first date. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah. I mean, but like that version of fat me would be like this version of me's like dream body, because I think so. When I lost weight the first time, I went from 220 to 175. When we went on our first date, I was about 190. I still had like visible abs for like 2 to 4 of my abs, and like I look okay with my shirt off. But like compared to my 175 body where I first like started working out, I'm like, damn, I'm really fat. Now I'm back to 220, and I'm like, I don't fit in any of my pants, and like I look obese. I don't
fit in my pants either. I tried on a pair of pants I haven't worn since like a few months ago. Yesterday.
You have a whole ass human being in you. What's my excuse?
Well, sympathy weight.
True.
Do you ever think about our first date? Do you think that we're the same people? Like sometimes I think about how you were on our first date. And I think like, why am I like how am I attracted to the same person right now? Because you don't come off as the same person.
What's different?
You're like that now.
I definitely played a more stoic, like. I definitely tried to be a lot cooler back then. I mean, because like it's a different dynamic, right? Like I was trying to like be cool and like impress you, and like, oh, I'm sexy, and I want you to view me as like a sexy, manly, like fun person. You're not like funny, but also sexy and manly and serious. Whereas now it's just like, like this fucking airhead who farts all the time, and like we like I don't know. It's just we have more fun. You know?
On our first date, I got in the car and he was like, oh, how are you? And I was like, this bitch, blah, 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 blah. Because I was pissed off about something that day. And he said that's what he liked about me, because I was chatty.
It was very nice that she was easy to talk to, that's for sure. It was just like, because I actually haven't been on many dates. In fact, arguably, I wouldn't say I've been on, I mean, like, as an adult, you're the only date I've ever been on. I mean, I dated in high school. Like, I dated a few people, but like they were all longer relationships, and they were never really like dates. It was like hang out after school or whatever, until the point where like once or twice, and then like become boyfriend girlfriend, and then you're dating. You're a couple. You're not like, you know, just like go on dates. There was no like dating phase back then because you're just in high school. So like. In terms of adult dating life, I didn't have much experience, but I was worried because like I've met plenty of people, and sometimes people are just fucking boring. I mean, not boring, but like they just don't like, their vibe isn't my vibe, and my vibe is definitely like get in the car and just talk about some random bitch that you're having problems. Like this is like fucking, you know, be like not nervous. Don't make me more nervous than I already am.
I wasn't nervous because everyone liked me back then. Not so much anymore.
Shuri says that hat needs to be green felt. I'm sorry. We can get like we can color it. We can get a.
Well, his Leopold's brown.
Restless moobs. Boy, that made it all better.
What's your nipple hard?
Because you're playing with them.
I just brushed it.
Holden, you're on IG. Message with your ship info. I cracked my last Dark Cove and we'll pour you a 60 mil.
Okay, but you're coming from inside the U.S., so we will accept.
Oh yeah, we got absolutely butt fucked by tariffs for Peter's samples that he sent for the thing. But yes, I will. Can you message me first? Because I think your Instagram got hacked a while back, and then I don't want to like send shit to the wrong Instagram. So Richie, if you could message me and just be like, "Hey, this is Richie. Can you send me your address and stuff?" That'd be ideal. Because yeah. Dark Cove, OMG. I never thought I was gonna ever get to taste Dark Cove, honestly. So hell yeah. I mean, I would probably sell my soul for it, to be fair. Alone, single, healthy. Who the fuck are you? I know. Fuck you, dipshit. Damn.
I didn't say that.
Bazinga. Holden, I love apartments. I've been in several and a condo, but having a house is the best.
Yeah, Holden doesn't like keeping up with having a house. It's for him. Because that's why I got everything get cleaned out.
I love having a house. Are you kidding me?
I meant the work.
I don't mind the work.
Then
it's
why
just
aren't you completing it?
Because we've been doing nonstop upgrades and renovations, whether it's completely revamping our entire backyard and by hand, not even renting equipment to do it, just fucking shovels and wheelbarrows and the bed of a truck for an entire summer, and then finally getting done, having a couple moments to relax before I go to college for the second time in my life, just to be busy all spring, then finally getting a week to relax in summer before starting an entire basement remodel, and then I finish an entire basement, and then all I have to hear about it is, why haven't you finished the other house chores? Sorry. Now I'm working my ass off.
Okay, what happens when I work really hard all day and I grow some baby limbs and then you come home and like, why aren't the dishes done? Okay? What's fucking hard right here, okay?
I don't make the dishes. I'd eat off of a paper plate.
I would too, but you on a paper plate.
I would start a fire. I would get a can of beans. I'd put it right on the coals and just fucking cook cowboy style. Just like beans in a can. I would just eat that every day.
Then what the fuck are we doing?
You wouldn't do that. That's what we're doing.
I wouldn't eat beans, but I would put things in tinfoil and put it on the fire. Like camping.
Yes, but then you still have to clean the knife, and you have to clean the cutting board, and you have to clean everything else. You make the counter a mess when you do it.
Go fuck yourself.
Chateau Bow Wow.
The counter's clean right now, and I cooked.
I'll message you, Richie. I'll message you. Yeah, so by the way, we got some new bottles. We're going to be drinking them next week on the live stream. Grab that for me.
Which one?
The gray. The word cloudy. One more. Hold on.
It's behind a pole.
Yes, I see the pole.
Holden's getting a spanking after this. And not in the sexy way. With a paddle.
So I have a story behind these.
Holden had a hard day.
It was...
Wait, wasn't there one more? Or did we only buy two from that one?
No, two from the one place and then this one from the other. So Lauren and I went to a wedding. And great wedding, by the way. And it was pretty close to the Wisconsin-Illinois border, just above Rockford. And I had been to Rockford once before, and went to the Binnies there and got some great whiskey. This Kilhoman is one that I had gotten from there, and it's very, very good peated whiskey. And I'm like, okay, so that Binnies has got to be stocked for peated whiskey, because there was a bunch. There was Kilkerran. There was a store pick of a Lafroig cast strength that was like older, that was looked really good that I wanted. There's a bunch of stuff there. And so we go, and they don't have jack shit. Like, they had good selection, right? Like they always do. But I had seen this at home. I had seen this at home. And I was just like, Came all this way, and like I could have just bought these at home. Granted, we got a better deal. I mean, these were cheaper than they are here, but we also drove to Rockford, Illinois for it. So, you know, tolls and all that shit. And so then I'm like, okay, well, consolation prize. I've always wanted the cask or the Lefroy Glore because I've heard very, very good things about it, and I've always wanted cask Glore or Lefroy Glore. I keep saying cask because it says cask Glore. But it's also just known as Lefroy Glore. I've always wanted Glore, and then I'm like, okay, I've always wanted like the Isle of Barley Bruichladdich. Well, what I've always wanted is the Isle of Barley heavily peated Port Charlotte, and my idiotic brain just grabbed this like, oh, yes, Isle of Barley heavily peated Bruichladdich. This is not heavily peated Bruichladdich. This is not Port Charlotte. This is Bruichladdich, Isle of Barley. They're not. This is basically the classic laddie in Isle of Barley. So it's not peated. I was very, very, very upset by that because like I'm kind of a peat head, and I do really like unpeated whiskey, but like I really thought this was going to be peated until I was like driving, and I was just like, this is unpeated. But like, first of all, it's a very cool bottle, a very cool looking bottle as well. Like everything about that bottle is just sweet. And then also, I did have a pour. It's very good. It's very good. I was a little bit disappointed that it wasn't peated, but I also had gotten this Lefroy Glore, which I had been wanting for a very long time. In terms of peated whiskey, this is one of the ones that has been eluding me. I had seen it around, but it's like always like $150 around here. And I was like, oh yes, Lefroy Glore, and I go to open it up, and I just, what the fuck? And then that happened. I was like, are you kidding me? And not that big of a deal, right? I could honestly switch my purchase cork with it, and then it'll be fine. But like, that's just absolutely, I mean, fuck, I want some right now, to be honest. But yeah, Lefroy Glore, great pickup. But again, something that I had seen around here, not for as good of a price, but I was just like, I really wanted something special for the trip down to Rockford. Well, we had to come up after the wedding, and we went to a funeral up in Door County, and we stopped at a liquor store up in Door County.
Well, it was a grocery store.
A grocery store,
it's
liquor
like a tiny little grocery store that they have, and
but they always have good stuff.
They just have it's like they have one shelf, but none of it's like the basic stuff. Like there's like randomly good random stuff there.
Right, and I had seen Springbank 10 a few places for $100 usually. And I've never bought it, but I always know that people are like, oh, Springbank is like solid shit. And then I was just like, all right, well, I'm going to get, and then whatever. And we walked into the store and they had Springbank 15. And I was like, oh shit, I've never seen Springbank 15. I've literally never in my life seen Springbank 15 in person. Springbank 10 is already hard enough to come by in Wisconsin, but like Springbank 15, like, okay. And then, yeah, I found it and I was like, fuck yeah. And then I bought it and it was $150, which
it was 123.
150.
I don't think it was 150.
The 150. It was $10 a year. I remember because it's also MSRP. Yeah, and so I bought Springbank 15, and then I was like, all right, well, it's not super peated by any means, but like, it's a really good rarer Scotch, and so yeah, so this will be next week's lineup for the live stream. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that. We'll drink our way through these, probably starting with this one, then this one, and then finishing off with the cask lore, which
you should just take your picture now so you don't forget next week.
It's a good idea. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So that's super fun. I'm really excited. By the way, this is probably the most disappointing part about this one is I haven't bought whiskey in months. It's been like what, 4 months?
It's been a lot.
It had been 4 months. I haven't spent $1 on whiskey because I've been doing money on the basement and other things and saving and just trying to be a responsible adult. And I knew that we were going to this Binny's, and I'm like, I'm saving all my money for this trip to Binny's. I'm not going to buy any whiskey between now and then. That way, when I go there, I can spend a couple $100 and feel not guilty about it. Let me go there. They didn't have jack shit. So I got these two as consolation prizes. Don't get me wrong, I wanted this really bad. And like I was happy with this. And then I found out that this wasn't even peated. And I was like, I can't believe I spent months waiting to buy whiskey. I mean, I've passed good peated whiskeys that I would have bought. Stuff like the Lacheg cask strength. Lacheg finished in like a special like port cask or some shit. There's been plenty of other peated whiskeys that I would have bought instead of this. But I digress. This is still very good. The anger of waiting so long just to be upset by the results was tough. But yeah. Richie Z says, OMG, that's Pete Heaven. Yes, I love Pete. You are in for a treat, Pete Heaven. They are so very good. Cask Lore Kerchis is stupidly good bottle. Are you talking about, well, this isn't are you talking about like cask strength lore? Because the Kerchis that came out this year is cask strength lore, and I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. Like, and that was one of the bottles that I didn't buy at the time because I wasn't spending money on whiskey. And I was like, okay, hopefully they have it when I go to Bidney's. They didn't have it. I could have cried, and I wanted it so bad. So that's why I got the normal cask floor instead of the cask strength floor. But yeah, if I find a cask strength floor, you can bet your ass I'm buying it. Because I had the chance to buy it online for pretty close to MSRP, and I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. So that one bites. That one still sucks. That's the Bear Barley version, so different. Which is?
This one is what you were talking about, yeah.
Or was it this? This one probably. Yeah, I know nothing about these two bottles. I just know that I've heard of this many times. I've always wanted to try it, and I bought it, and it's very good. Springbank 15 is, oh, poor guy. Springbank 15 is a banger that you'll want to sip and savor. Yes, absolutely, I agree. Springbank 15 is like stupid expensive, which means 150 is not that high at all. I've seen it at 185 on a good day, but many places now up to 225. And the crazy, that's what I said. That's why I saw it and I was just like,
we were like Googling it, like trying to figure out how much it's supposed to cost. Like, is this a good idea?
They had like 10 bottles at $150. And they had like 10 bottles of the Springbank 10 for $100. So like, and I knew that it was harder to find. And I knew that it was expensive, and usually like secondary was pretty high. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I have to buy it. And then I bought it, and I was like, fuck yeah. But yeah, so that one I felt like was a really good buy. Correct. The latest purchase has only been a little while. Yeah, I really wanted that one. You are correct. The Brook Lottie is Bear Barley. It's like a wild grown native barley strain. Oh, interesting.
It's still cool. It's just not what you want.
Yeah, it's still cool. It's just not, peated. And I love peat. But I love peat. Anyway, yeah. So the live is running a bit long, but actually it's probably good because it's been a while since we live.
I can't sit anymore.
Yeah, Lauren's getting walkie and antsy. She's got to get up and move that baby around. So hashtag evil grin. Yes, so that being said, I think it's going to be the end of the live stream. Thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys, and we're sorry that it's been so long since we live streamed, but time is very much more on our side now. We're going to be doing it way more often, hopefully every single week. I don't like missing. I thoroughly enjoy doing this with you guys. So yeah, next week, make sure that you guys come and check out the live stream as we review these whiskeys. Richie C says, Holden, did you cook for the lady? Actually, the lady cooked for me.
No, Holden doesn't. I don't remember the last time Holden cooked, not counting the stuff for your party.
I only cook like special meals. I used to cook more, but I didn't.
You used to cook for me every day, and now I have to cook everything. I have to go to the grocery store. I have to do the dishes. Sucks.
All while I'm doing what?
Sitting here fucking sipping on whiskey now.
Working, going to school.
You know what I said to him today? I was like, I really
doing a
don't
side
use the
hustle,
dishes
finishing the basement.
because I'm sick of doing them. And he goes, yeah, I'm not gonna have any more excuses not to do them now.
Well, like for the last,
he's fully trying to come up with more excuses.
For the last like couple of weeks, hence why we haven't done many live streams. It's been like every single day. I've gotten home from work and school. I've come down to this basement and I've done nonstop work until it's just about time for bed. And
that's okay.
And I'm fucking glad it's over.
We can be done.
I'm so happy.
And then we can feed Marta and then tonight on the couch.
Long but good. Works for me. Works for Taylor Swift too, apparently. Richard G says, cheers, Holden and Lauren. Hey, thank you guys for being here so much. We appreciate you all. TGIT, check out My Bourbon Journey next at that link. Yeah, guys, please hit the link and go check out the other channels, part of the TGIT crew. Thank God it's Tuesday. Make sure you're hitting the like button on the way out. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. That helps a bunch. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Holden, it doesn't seem like it, but the journey has just begun. Oh, yes, I know.
Just begun.
Just begun.
I'm going to make his life hell for the next 50 years. I'm just kidding.
That being said, thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you all in the next glass. Cheers.
Okay, you need to be done.
Yeah, I'm a little out of practice. But anyway, bye, everybody.